I think there's two reasons for that. One is warming foreign demand, so we've seen a pickup in export growth, and the other is the stimulus measures that you mentioned, and they've created a rebound in infrastructure investment, and I think that's helping to support the manufacturing sector.
And the Chinese government wants to sustain this growth in factory output because on Friday they introduced fresh easing measures such as lower funding costs and reducing operational costs.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's still concerns that the property sector is putting a lot of downwards pressure on the economy, and I think that's forced them to sort of consider further stimulus measures like the ones that were announced on Friday.
Do you expect more of the stimulus initiatives coming from the Chinese government, more targeted measures rather than a massive stimulus package?
That's one of the interesting things this year and last year as well, is that the government has sort of avoided rolling out across-the-board loosening. And I think that reflects the fact that they don't want to see a renewed credit-fueled boom. They want to support growth, but not at the expense of future growth. So I think that I definitely wouldn't want to rule out further targeted measures, but I don't think we'll see across-the-board loosening this year.
Markets will be focusing on Tuesday for the final PMI reading from HSBC, which focuses on smaller companies and private firms.
That number will be very interesting to see if the final reading confirms what we saw in the flash reading, which was very, very strong, particularly the export orders component, which was the highest since 2010. So I think it would be very interesting to look at that number and see, is it showing what the other indicators are showing, that conditions have stabilized, that things are looking better than they were perhaps at the beginning of this quarter.